You have heard of momentum and impulse, but do you actually understand how they work? In the next few minutes, you will see how a small change in time can reduce massive forces, and also you will know why athletes follow through when they hit a ball and how this concept applies to everyday life. So ensure you watch the video to the end to get the full gist. Let's get to the video. Okay guys, welcome back to my channel. This is the first time coming across this channel. Here we make mathematics, statistics and physics easy. So you're free to click on the subscribe button to join the learning community. Okay, today's video we are talking on momentum and impulse. First, what is momentum? Imagine you have a car. This is our car here. This is our car. You have a car of mass m and velocity v. The momentum of this car is the product of its mass and velocity. So our momentum p. The symbol for momentum is p. I know you guys might be wondering why, because it starts with an m. The reason is because the symbol for mass is m, so you cannot have two m. That's why we made the symbol for momentum p. So momentum p equals to product of what? Mass and velocity. This is the formula to calculate momentum. So you can say momentum can be defined as the product of a body's mass with its velocity. Now let's derive the SI unit for momentum. You know that momentum is mass times velocity, right? So we can say momentum p equals to mass times velocity. The unit for mass equals to kilogram, kg, and the unit for velocity equals to meter per second, right? So if you put this our equation back to, let's call this equation 1 and call this equation 2. If you put our equation 1 and 2 back to this our general equation here, which is p equals to m times v, you can see the unit for momentum p is equals to mass is what? Kilogram times velocity is what? Meter per second. So therefore our momentum p is equals to kilogram meter per second. This is the unit for our momentum. So if they give you a problem and they give you a mass and they give you a velocity, especially find the momentum, it's very easy. Just multiply your mass and your velocity, you get a momentum very easy. Now let's go back to the next phase of this class, which is our impulse. So we're in the next phase of this our class, which is the impulse. Now impulse, after this particular, I will show you the relation between impulse and momentum, because most students don't know the relationship between impulse and momentum. Most of them also mistake impulse for momentum. So that's what this video is for. I'll show you the relationship between impulse and momentum, so you will not mistake them while solving problems. First, our impulse J, symbol for impulse is J, is equals to the product of force and time. So our impulse J equals to force times time t. Meaning you can say the impulse of a body can be defined as the product of the force of that body multiplied by the time in seconds. So now let's get the SI unit for impulse. Just like the same way we got the SI unit for momentum earlier. So we can say impulse J is equals to F times T, right? And the SI unit for force equals to Newton N. The SI unit for time T is equals to seconds S. If you'll be finding, if you don't know the SI unit of basic physical quantities, you can watch the video that's displayed on the screen right now. This particular video I taught you guys how to get the SI units of basic quantities and its dimensions. So I shall watch the video. So I shall watch the video that is displayed on the screen right now. Now let's continue. So now we say that our SI unit for force is Newton and SI unit for time is seconds. So if we put this together, just like we did earlier, we can say our impulse J is equals to force times time, right, which is Newton times seconds. So our J now is equals to Newton seconds. So now finally the main reason for the season is relationship between impulse and momentum. So now, the relationship between impulse and momentum. The major relationship between impulse and momentum is number one, they both have the same SI unit. I know you guys are be thinking, but when we what we derived earlier, the SI unit for momentum was kilogram meter per second square, which is here, and the SI unit for impulse was meter seconds. So how are they the same? Let me prove it for you guys in a very slow way, step by step. Now, we said that our impulse J is Newton seconds, right? And remember, you said impulse is also force times time. And if you remember, our force equals to mass times acceleration. If you watch another video under dimension analysis, I also explain how I got this formula of force. So after this video, you can watch that one to get more knowledge. So our force is what? Mass and acceleration, right? And now our unit for mass is what? We said it earlier, kilogram, and our unit for acceleration is meter per second square, right? If we join this together, I can say our force equals to kilogram meter per second square. So our force is what? Kilogram meter per second square. Now let's put it back into our equation. Let's call this equation 1. Let's put it back into our equation. We can see our impulse now. J is equals to what? Our force is what? Kilogram meter per second square times our time is what? Seconds, right? We are moving slowly. I'm trying to prove to you guys that impulse and momentum, the first relationship is that they both have the same SI units, as we are proving now. SI unit for impulse is, SI unit for momentum is what? Kilogram meter per second. And we're doing that now for our impulse. Let's check if we get the same kilogram meter per second as our momentum. So now our impulse J now equals to kilogram meter per second square times our seconds, right? And let's arrange this to make it more clear for us. Seconds cancel square because this is 2 seconds. This seconds cancel just 1. What do we have left? We have our impulse J equals to kilogram meter per second. So as you can see, our impulse and our momentum have the same SI unit. That is our first relationship. Second one, and the most important one, is that impulse is equals to change in momentum. So impulse J is equals to what? Change in momentum P. What does this mean? Meaning, if you have the momentum of a first, if an object has the momentum of P1, and another object has the momentum of P2, to get the impulse is what? P1 minus P2 equals to our impulse J. Impulse is the change in momentum. That's what I wanted to clarify. Most people are saying impulse is momentum. No, take notes. Impulse is not momentum, but impulse is the change in momentum. These are the major two relationships between impulse and momentum. So if you need this video is helpful for you and you understand the basic principles behind the relationship between impulse and momentum, feel free to like this video and also subscribe to the channel to be notified when I drop more epic videos. Don't forget to also like that video that I displayed earlier on the screen, dimensional analysis. That video is very, very important. Thanks for watching this video and see you in my next video. Bye.